So I just had lunch with my friend Jazzy, you know, maker of these wonderful earrings, and I told her what my vision was for the cosplay contest. And y'all, this shit is going to be so amazing. Like, I'm challenging myself with the foam work and the creation of such, but also I'm so excited because this cosplay that I'm choosing, and I'm gonna keep it on the down low until it's time to reveal, but this cosplay that I'm choosing, she's special to me. She really is. And there's a background story for it. Is it really this deep, trying to go to the mall? Like, why is it that deep? Please tell me. But anyways, stay tuned, 2018.
Salutations. What's good? What it is, what it do, what it be like. It's colder than a bitter baby mama's heart out here, but we're making it. So, today's projects are going to consist of finishing the pattern for the cosplay, getting foam, starting the armor build, and then catching up on YouTube, because I haven't actually sat down and filmed anything for YouTube in like, I think 2, maybe 3 weeks. So I've got a couple tutorials I need to push out. I've got some reviews that I need to push out. I'm gonna be doing a filming marathon today.
So you can get Cosplay Supplies at Home Depot. We have a heat gun, because it's about to get real. And then some foam mats. And that's what a lot of the armor is going to be made out of. So I have been looking all over for a template that was free, and I found one. But the tutorial's in Spanish, so I'm trying my best. We have our Warbler. We have a template to make something. Might be obvious, might not be obvious what I'm making now, but we'll see. So stay with me. You know, it always amazes me when shit comes together. Like, I did that. Bitch, I did that. With Warbler. Oh, just wait. Wait till we throw some paint on her. Hey, favor ain't fair. It surely isn't. But we have a full-size professional dress form that I've been looking for the longest. And this mug is regular price, $230. And I did a search today to see if there were any out there for a decent price. This is marked down to $99.97. Still out of pocket, still out of my budget. But God said, you will have this dress form, Diana. You surely will. And gave me a coupon for 50% off that expires today. Fuck with it. Country trouble and Mac beat. Jack a line, say they caught me slipping. How could that be? I'm something like a stalker. I be here with a strap beat, a trap beat. Jumping with the $100. Fill it up, go girl, it's your birthday. This one's on me, we're all to the rhythm, to the rhythm, to the rhythm. It is my desire, break down the walls to connect, inspire. So this time, what I'm going to do, I have this side taped. Every place else is hard glued because I'm going to actually put a zipper right here. I have a interesting bonding system for the Warbler cups. You have cement glue on some very thin foam to hold them into place tentatively. Well, actually permanently. But they're going to hold them into place. And then on the front, right under here, I'm going to add some type of filler, I don't know, caulker, something like that, to fill that in. And then I'm going to add some more 2mm foam on the side to hold those into place and secure them. But for right now, I'm pretty pleased with how this came out. I really am. Side-by-side comparison of Mach 1 versus Mach 2. I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself. So the seams are a whole lot cleaner because I did prep them with my rotary tool and sanded down those edges so that you don't have those big gaps. And then I also made sure to use masking tape to go ahead and keep them completely sealed. And it's a lot smoother. My patterns are a lot crisper. Like, you know, there's a lot of straight symmetry here. Shit's just kind of wonky a little bit. And of course, you know, I'm still going to go ahead and reuse this, scrap it and reuse it for other parts of the cosplay. But overall, like, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty proud of myself with how this came out in part of my messy ass room. But I'm looking forward to the final product. It's go time. So, since it's official that I'm in this contest now, like, I can't back out of it. I mean, I could, but that'd be really stupid. So now we've got to kick shit up a notch, okay? Okay. So, I'm about to make a pattern for leg armor. As usual, whenever you're fucking with a pattern, you're going to first wrap your subject in plastic wrap. Then you will take duct tape and wrap that around the plastic wrap. Today, we're dealing with yams. I want to thank Kaylee for finding my sugar skull duct tape, because it's adorable and I like it. So yeah, just go ahead and continue to go up. The good thing is we don't need to go too high above the knee, so once we get up there, we'll be cool. Ta-da! We now have a beautiful sugar skull duct tape cast. Isn't she pretty? But the good thing about making the pattern to your liking is to fit you. So that's the cool thing about using duct tape instead of finding a pattern online and having to worry about printing that shit and scaling it and wasting paper. Anyhow, the mistake that I made last time is that when I duct taped myself, I didn't draw my pattern on me before cutting myself out of the shell. So now I'm going to use this good metallic Sharpie to sketch out at least a base for the pattern and then cut the shit. So you just go ahead and cut along where it is that you made the markings. Be careful not to stab yourself like I did apparently. And do not mind my ashy ankles. It's January and it's winter. Trust, any hydration disappears immediately. So, ta-da! Now we have our pretty pattern. And what I'm going to actually do is scrap this because this is great foam that I don't want to waste since I've already prepped it and primed it for paint. So I'm going to go ahead and trace some of the pattern on here, at least so it can fit, and then cut it out. Now, we have the failed booby cup. And I'm actually going to use this for the knee. See? Reduce, reuse, recycle. Come on, repurposing. Yes. All right. So, yay. The leg armor, at least the pieces are cut. So everything, at least the knees, the back of the shin pads, and then above the knees, everything was already sculpted from the original breastplate. These two particular pieces were from fresh foam, so I've got to go ahead and use the heat gun to get those primed, ready for paint. And then I'm also going to go over everything with heat gun again, with the heat gun again, and add a curve to it so that it'll be molded to fit around my leg. Boom. Cool, right? And you know what the fuck this is? Do you know what type of foam this is? Goddamn yoga mats. Come on now. What's good, arts and crafts? So tentatively, here we go. This is the Shin Armor. And you notice that that curve was perfect. I do need to trim it up, take off these corners here to sculpt it a little bit better, because then the knee part is supposed to go on top of that. But the rear shin part is perfect because there is supposed to be a small guard. My ashy feet. We got cocoa butter on deck, just not while we're crafting. Cool. Gap between the two. So overall, for just a whim, pretty pleased. Pretty pleased. So again, next up, I am taking apparently foam sheets that I had left over from the last Comic-Con, and I just so happen to need this perfect size here, but it's too thin, so I'm actually gluing it I have a fusible adhesive that I had left over from the last Comic-Con too. And apparently you're supposed to spray this on and then iron it. But we're going to be ghetto because we have a whole fucking heat gun and just do it that way. Okay? Okay. While that's drying, we are going to transfer this pattern onto Warbler to make another accessory for the costume. So I was going to try the method of making the base for my breastplate with a strapless bra and a corset, and then duct taping the two of those actual pieces of undergarments together and then building the foam on top of that. The corset that I bought, which I actually went size up according to their measurements, I broke it. So I am trying to not be discouraged at the fact that I couldn't get this corset around my midsection. So we still got time. And so it's just back to the drawing board, fucking again. But I can't give up. I really can't. Like, I gotta do this. So, and I know that this character has been cosplayed a bunch of times before. I know this character has been cosplayed by black women sometimes before, but I don't really recall seeing anyone in Kansas City cosplay this character, at least any black women in Kansas City who have cosplayed this character. So I have a point to make now. Not to say that I'm any better or worse than anybody else, but to represent. So I can't give up. And I gotta represent for we black women, and I gotta represent for we beautiful, fluffy black women, since I just broke a fucking corset. I didn't really like break it, you know, I just like ripped a little tiny part of it. You know, I could repair it, but I'm over it. I'm over it now. And plus, it's supposed to be a costume made entirely out of foam. So let's get to foaming. The good thing now is that there actually is a company out there who has put together an entire template series for this. So now we got to put everything together and then cut the pieces out and adjust the measurements for me and shit. So here we go. By the way, since I am going to be at this for a very long time tonight, because I am motivated and aggravated and frustrated but inspired. If you have songs that like hype you up, that make you feel good, that motivate you, please share, because I'm going to be compiling them in the playlist and keeping shit moving and motivate. Those do look nice. But I do, like, you know, need a smidgen of help with that, if possible. You know, if you feel so inclined as to share your songs that, you know, like put you in the zone for shit, you know, holla at a player.
And hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. Yeah. Okay, we walk off in it, bitch. Yeah, ballin' in it, bitch. Okay, hopping out the Lambos and Ferraris in it, bitch.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's after 4, but I'm almost done. What I realized is that in fitting this to me, my titties just look a little flat. So I added just another layer of foam to help them pop out some more. And I have reached a little bit of laziness, so I'm just going to duct tape these in place Really don't care about the glue that's underneath. There's glue underneath. Don't care about it. But she fits. Like, she does fit. I did add a spacer right here. Added extra material. And then I'm about to layer on the details. And then let that shit sit overnight. Did I really say I'm going to let that shit sit overnight like isn't already overnight? Don't mind me, y'all. Okay? Clearly I haven't slept. I'm done. 6, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave those as placeholders for now, because I still need to go get some more Warabla. But tentatively, I'm pretty cool with how this came out. I also need to get a different type of glue too, because I'm running low on my cement glue. And so I want to look into a different type of adhesive for these little details so that they don't lift up and everything. And also I do need to fill in some seams too. But okay, all right, let's get a little bit of sleep.
Champagne, nigga. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on the North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, holla at me. B&H Town, Southside, Cloverland, Dead After Man out in Dallas. Better ass Cali. Catman Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing that M-A-R-C-Y-P-R-O-J-E-C-T. Ain't another motherfucker in the rap game harder than me. I go hard and get it in a porn star. Follow my mood, you wanna make it to the about the time. Everybody scream free meats. Let's take these bitches back to 05. Close your eyes, take a breath, nigga. Make you my lady, girl, you amaze me. Ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. In every hood, and all my people doing a bit. Now you know who's really the queen, deliver the mail. 730,000 first week of my sales. The haters pot, then they watch, looking all pale. One more than yacht, overseas, doing my nails. Everybody know I'm a motherfucking monster. I'ma need to see your fucking hands at the concert. At the eye of the tiger, dancing through the fire. I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
So, doing a test run, but I made this. And unfortunately, my whole back is going to be out. And yeah, I need a strapless bra. Like, I'm sorry. Imagine my waist being cinched a little bit because I got to put the zippers on. I'm going to have a zipper on each side to fully close it. But at least it's ready for paint though. Like, hey, you guys, guess what? I made this. And she fits my boobies. Hallelujah! It fits my titties. It fits them. Oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. I likes this red. I like that a lot. That's real nice. Me likes that. So this is the first coat of paint, and then I'm going to give it some type of metallic sheen. I was going to go ahead and paint the breastplate, but hell, now I see. Well, you see this pink part and that yellow part? I need to get those before I can go ahead and add this paint on. Make sure that everything that could possibly be visibly black is blackety black. So let me go arrange that. But anyhow, the back piece though. Hey! I did originally spray paint inside, but I don't recommend that y'all do that. Them fumes is not to be fucked with. And it had my whole house smelling like a chemical for like a day and a half. But anyhow, just getting these hidden parts where some of the decor flew up. Making sure that those is okay. Yeah, making sure that that's okay. So I can go ahead and get the red on here too. But yeah. Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Now, we're going to go ahead and add this gold to the tiara. Oh, she gonna be fancy. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's nice. This is real nice. And then last but not least, add gold to the armband. Boom. There. Huh. This consistency is quite interesting, looking at the metallic properties of it. But I'm okay with some of this black showing through, because I can just add another coat in the morning. That's what. Oh, that is so pretty! Damn, that's nice. That's real nice. That's real nice. I likes that. She's real nice. She is. She is. She is. But yeah. So I'm going to add some more coats in the morning before work. That we can go ahead and have enough time to cure and dry. And then we will start fully assembling shit. So next up, going to be working on foot and leg armor. I've already had basic templates, but I just need to go ahead and score these a little bit. And also use my rotary tool to give them a bevel. And then I need to scale the feet detail for this particular shoe so that it looks a little bit more convincing, because she has wedges that are low to the ground, and the wedges that I originally ordered, the girl never shipped them, or they got lost or something like that or whatever. So, I don't know, but I like these. I kind of want to keep them as regular shoes, but also I really don't wear wedge sneakers any other time, so oh well. But I wanted a sneaker because I'm going to be on my feet all damn day. So, measuring to see how these pieces go on here. And then I also have a leather material to serve as those side straps and everything. And then we'll go from there. You see all these little itty bitty ass fuck pieces of foam? You see these little motherfuckers? That was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 little pieces of bullshit that I just chopped up. And I still have 14 more pieces to cut out over there. But after that, I'm done cutting foam. Hallelujah! Okay, even though it was 27 pieces of foam, we're getting someplace. We are. Y'all want to see something cool? Check it. So, I cut those lines with my box cutter, right?
See the other line? You see that one? Boom. Well, isn't that something? So I just have to curve and assemble the parts that go on the shoes, and I need to also attach all the straps and snaps to the back of these, but hey, cooking with grease now. Bro, look at that. Look at it. Look at it. All of the major foam work has been done. All I need to do is install straps and then prime and paint this. But bruh, more.
Bro, I'm actually going to bed at 1 o'clock. I actually don't have any cosplay crafting on my bed. I can actually go to sleep and rest because I've made a lot of progress today.
But one thing I do want to say though, because I haven't said it in a while, at least on a grand scale, I know that I've hit up people individually. Everybody who has been supportive and given positivity and shown encouragement, everyone who's like, I can't wait to see it when it's done, or you got this, or this looks great and all that, thank you so much. It means the world to me to know that I have y'all's support, because you know, this is only the second time that I've entirely handcrafted a cosplay from scratch, and it's cumbersome, as y'all have seen, but it's going to be worth it in the end. And there's times where I really do question myself, like, Diana, why the fuck did you want to do this? But y'all remind me that it was a good decision. I appreciate you.
Judge my appearance. I look like trash intentionally because I'm going to glow up later. Let me tell y'all about my boss stuff. I fucking love this one.
Now, what y'all may not realize, because I haven't actually talked about it this week, but a couple of people know in person. My son is in a lot of trouble right now. Last week, he got a 0 in orchestra because he left his violin at home on purpose, and stated the reason why is because he didn't feel like playing. And then earlier this week, he got home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I gave him a specific set of chores to do. And then I come home at 6 o'clock, none of them are done, and said I didn't want to do them. And, you know, subsequently, you know, I did address it, you know, because if I said that shit to Clifford, I'd get my ass beat. So, you know, that may or may not have happened. But one of the things that I've noticed is my cosplay, the pieces that I've been spray painting outside, it's just like all over the fucking porch. And, you know, I was just a little perplexed as to how that happened. You know, like maybe he's just kicking the shit on purpose, because when I came home yesterday, when I left again today, both the boxes were just tumbled over. But my crown and my armband were perfect in place. But the back piece and the front piece of the breastplate were just tumbled over. And apparently my dad had asked, like, he's like, can you straighten your mom's stuff up? And he didn't, you know. So I'm thinking, oh shit, well maybe my kid's just fucking with my shit because he's petty. Okay, cool, fine, whatever. I can handle that later. So I'm telling my boss this, and she's like, you left it outside, Dad? And I was like, yeah, I did. And she's like, wait, today? I was like, yeah. And she's like, it's made out of foam? I was like, yeah, you should go check on it, because it's 25 mile per hour winds. And I was like, really? Oh, he'll be home in an hour, you know. And then she's like, no, go check on it now. You've been spending how much time on that shit? I'll be pissed if it was like in somebody's yard or whatever. So that's where we're going. And that's why I love my boss. Because, you know, I didn't really recall it being windy or anything when I left for work today. But as I'm going now, shit. Yeah, winds everywhere. Wind's blowing the car, wind's blowing my sweater like a cape in the wind and shit. Just like, okay, alright, let's go check on shit. Let's go do that. Now, also, I do only live 10 minutes from my job, so it's not like I need to drive, 100 miles or anything. So, I'm glad for that. But, yeah, okay, we're about to roll up and make sure everything is intact. Well, shit. At least they're both in the same, well, they both are together at least. But for some reason, maybe it's because the wind's not circulating it. I don't know why that hasn't moved. Just a couple little scrapes. Just a couple from, I guess, where it was upside down on the concrete. But it'll be alright. I am going to put a second coat of paint on there. And, yeah, well, at least that's alright. And I haven't painted that yet, so that'll be fine. But okay, yeah. Good call, boss lady. Good call. Now, is it conducive for people to take miniature breaks to go home and make sure that their cosplays haven't blown into someone else's property or the ditch or anything like that? No. Is it wise? It depends on how you prioritize. But either way, my boss is the shit. And I'm really glad that she understands and appreciates how much this means to me. And you'd have to admit, if it did happen, y'all be mad too. Oh, come on, we've gone on hell little of sleep assembling the fuck out of this shit. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, back to work. Bye. It all depends upon the camera lens, because this actually is quite a bit darker than what my Snapchat camera is picking up, but I love it. I really do. So this is the first coat of paint for this. And then we added the second coat of paint for those. Gonna let those cure, and then I can add elastic, actually the top coat, and then elastic to them. And then the second coat of paint for this. So you see how dark this is over here? That's probably as accurate of a color depiction as I can give you. And I love how dark it turned out to be. I just don't know what it is about angles or whatever that's having the difference in them. But we're getting back into it. Alright, so we have holes and notches punched. Ready to go ahead and add our plastic dip to make everything smooth and pretty. Apparently, I used so much plastic dip on the first shit that I'm out. So we got another can on deck though. Hey! Hey! And just spray it until it's nice and even all over. Let this dry and cure, and then we'll have a second coat. Alright, so we're working on the skirt. And the individuals who designed this template designed it for a woman whose hips are 38 inches in measurement. And apparently me and my thunder thighs and a little bit of fluff are rocking that 44. So what I'm going to do is now modify this, because these are exactly the same front and back. So I'm going to modify using the both of them to extend it to more so my hip measurement by adding a couple inches to each of them, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so slice it in half, right? Then I'm gonna go ahead, take it, and layer it onto where it was that you had before. Right? And I'll get a ruler and measure to make sure that this should be about 2 inches. So once you layer it together, tape it in place, or actually I can draw lines to go ahead and add, because that section's about the same for each of them. And then tape it in place,
retape it together, cut off the excess parts, and go from there. All right, we're good now. Adding a couple inches on each side will help to expand the circumference to what it is I need. And I've kept it just about proper in regards of where it is that it needs to overlap. And so all I need to do is just flip it for whenever I need to do the opposite side. And then I can go ahead and space the other detailed pieces out some. So that way it doesn't have, it doesn't have to be straight up form fitting. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start tracing and adding it onto the material. I got this just because it's kind of unique and also was on sale at Joann's, and I'm going to spray paint it blue anyway. So let's get crack-a-lacking, shall we? All right, all of the pieces have been traced and transferred here onto the material. So what I'm going to do next is reinforce some of these lines, because I just did that with pen to be pretty quick and easy. But reinforce some of these lines with a Sharpie marker, and then remark the pieces because you can barely see what that says. And then I'm going to flip this entire sheet over and spray paint this blue before I cut everything out. She is ready. Extra labels and whatnot. And this piece of box that came from Amazon has served me so well that we're going to just go ahead and leave the material on top of this, take it outside and use it as the base to spray paint. It's got, like, I actually had to turn it inside out because it's, I mean, I sliced it and diced it and used adhesive on it, but hey, reduce, reuse, recycle, fam. I hate spray painting while it's cold outside, but I'm really not trying to have these fumes in there right now. So, boom bang. It looks like it is ready for black paint. There's the fabric that we will spray paint. Those are curing. I will bring those in maybe when I get home. I'm about to go leave to get the kid, but I'm going to apply this paint before I go. And then, apparently my character might need a rope or something like that, so we're going to spray paint that too. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know, because that's what it's supposed to look like, this blue. And we out here with some periwinkle. I'm hoping that it dries down to be something different. If not, I'm going to have to give me some kind of blue black or something like that. Because, we out here with these deep dark colors and shit. And then it's extra bright ass blue. Nah, fam. Can't have that happen, fam. The good thing is, I don't have to worry about this shit. Blackity black, y'all. Boom. Alright. And it's unfortunate because I just emptied the rest of the black spray paint. So, but everything's good. Has its gloss. That shit, I'm sad about. Damn color on the cap is deceiving as fuck. We'll see how that science experiment turns out. But anyhow, okay. Done painting for the night. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to make earrings out of Warbler. What I did was I took the tiara template that the company had, and I printed off just the star part and enlarged it. And then I made my own other inner part. Then I used a protractor and then created the base for it. and I'm going to compile this all out of Warbler scraps. So these are the booby cups from Mach 2. What I'm going to do is use these for, actually no, I'm going to use these for the base, since the base will be primarily covered and I don't have to worry about any kind of those indentations or anything like that. So what I'm doing is I am just taking this base piece this base circle that I made for the earring, and I'm tracing around it with marker and then cutting that shape out. So, ta-da! Since it already has a little bit of a curve in it. And then I also have my fun crystal ball that's going to help to bump that middle part out to help make it shield like, because my character has a shield, and what I'm not going to do is carry around a fucking shield all day, but I will rock an earring that is similar to a shield. This one is a little bit too wrinkled for it, but I still was able to go ahead and test the technique. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the heat gun and putting it on low, and then spinning this piece of warbler around on top of the crystal ball to get rid of that indentation of where it is that it dried the last time. All right, we've got mostly everything traced onto some scraps. I'm going to start cutting. The detail work has to be cut with my X-Acto knife. Everything else I can get with my scissors though. So let's get it. So I'm using a different type of glue this time. This is a very interesting adhesive that needs to cure for 2 minutes before you apply everything. So I'm gonna see how I like it just with one earring first, and if I don't like it, then I'll go back to my cement glue. Nah, fam, I don't like it. So back to the cement glue, because that's what I know, and that's also what doesn't stink. You know what I just realized? I glued that star on there wrong. Oh well, fuck it. Anyway, so done. Other than the star on this one being wrong, but oh well, they'll live. Partially gonna be under a wig anyway, so now I'm just gonna let those set overnight. I tried to curve them with the crystal ball, but it's a little bit too soon. So I'm gonna see if I have something else that might be able to work in its absence though. Here's the armor after curing overnight. I'm very pleased with the initial look of it. Apparently it's snowing. That blue definitely is not what I want. And so I'm going to wind up getting a darker one after work today. And the bodysuit, breastplate, and all that, they look lovely. So, yeah. So I'm going to have my son bring everything in once he gets home. Because I'm sure it's okay with the temperature, but also at the same time, it's snowing and shit, so, you know, whatever. The earrings did not turn out how I liked, so I actually was able to pry them apart, and I was able to fix the star alignment. So I took out the middle layer of it, so now it's just the star and then that ring, and that way they're a little bit lighter too. So I'm gonna actually wind up spraying those with some Plasti Dip once I get them re-glued, and then proceed with painting from there. I also didn't realize that I needed so much gold acrylic paint, so I'm going to go back to get that for some shadowing once it's time to start painting the gold details. But we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good, so I'm glad for that. Let's get back to some cosplay crafting, shall we? So this is everything that we picked up today. So this particular blue, I actually did pull a hooligan stunt and tested it in the store. Don't judge me. And it is the perfect shade of blue, so I'm going to be using that. That is for the rope.
This is for detail work. That's to help set this when it's done. And then that is for the armor for the second coat of black that I need. For the details that are coming up. And then this is actually wide painter's tape. So I'm really excited about that because that'll help to make painting the body parts better, since I've already got the burgundy on there, and so I don't have to worry about doing anything excessive. So this is the updated version of the earring, and I have to say I do like this a lot better without that middle piece in there. So I've re-flattened it out, and then instead of using the cement glue, I'm going to use a super glue to hold it in place, and then go ahead and lay the design down on there and just continue it on just like this. I really like how that turned out.
Fucking proud of myself, son. Fucking proud of myself, son. Proud of myself, son. I used the heat gun in this crystal ball to add a curve to it. Bitch, don't that look like a little shield, though? We in there.
We out here like Sailor Moon and shit.
Painting cosplay by moonlight, winning love by daylight. Never run from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. It's a slightly better blue. All right. So now we've covered up the burgundy part and exposed the part that needs to be painted gold. Y'all gonna forgive my messy ass room, but I'm tired. And so that's all ready to roll. And then I'm working on this part right now. All right. So we've got our buddies with the painter's tape on, ready to go back outside and apply that first coat of gold paint. Oh shit. Well, oh shit. Yo. Okay. Alright, I see you, I see you. First coat is on. And because it's so damn cold, I'm going to go ahead and just apply that second coat in the morning. I'm not going to let it cure for a full 24 hours before applying the second coat. But yeah. Now, this bar in the middle, I'm actually going to touch that up with acrylic paint. Originally, I painted it black, and I just realized I forgot to cover it, but whatever. It'll be alright. So, yeah, and I'm so glad that I added tape, because some parts it was like over here, it's dripping down some, but I'm really glad that I added tape to those specific spots. We working with magic, y'all. I don't know what to think about that rope. I've got some other glitter type stuff to do, so we'll see what happens. But I may just keep adding coats of paint to it. But anyhow, and that second coat, damn, yeet, she's lovely. Now as for the blue, I'm gonna let that cure overnight, see what kind of blue it is in the morning. Otherwise, I may give it a coat of black and then put more blue on top. So we'll see. So here are the little earring shields. I love them. They're great. That's where the super glue, those dents, that's where the dots of super glue are. So I may add some quick fill, whatever it is, to try to fill in some of those little dents, and then add another coat of the Plasti Dip. This one came out pretty damn perfect. So yay for that. Now I do, and I am going to add a coat of Plasti Dip because that's where the fucking glue was. We're gonna pry that shit off. So I am going to add a coat of Plasti Dip to that so that it's not terrible. But also because of the curve, no one's really going to be seeing the back of my ear anyway. So yay. So now I am going to take the black acrylic paint and add just one layer. You see how the spray paint didn't quite get that area of it, but I like how that wound up. So I'm actually going to help to accentuate it by adding some shadowing to both the tiara and the armband. So I added an excess amount of black. What's going to happen is I'm going to go over it with another layer of gold, but that gold with the dark background will go ahead and bring out some of that shadowing method as well. So yay for that. I'm going to go ahead and let those sit overnight, and now it is time to go to sleep. All right, so now we are going to apply the burgundy paint to the rest of the leg armor, getting the painter's tape added on the parts that need to remain gold. Again, folks, do not spray paint inside unless it is a well-ventilated area, and even then you still shouldn't do it inside. But anyhow, got to add this burgundy on. This color came out so pretty. It really did, especially on top of the matte black. Okay, gotta spray paint that black first. I figured I'd be able to cover the adhesive, but nope. So the knee parts need to be black again, but everything else I can still do red though, so. Interesting. It's real interesting how this is going on inside versus outside. Like, it's real unusual. Because I swear I have sprayed an even coat over here. And for some reason, it just looks like I haven't. Okay. We'll see how it dries down. Shit's out here looking like a murder scene and shit. But, okay. Alright. We'll see. Ugh. Don't ask me why I have this. I honestly couldn't tell you why I have this. But this shit is awesome. So remember, there was spray paint on there, right? Boom. Thanks, Gojo. You know, if I turn the flash on, it looks a lot better. Okay. Alright. I feel better now. So we'll let this dry, and then it'll have one more coat, and we will be good. So now we have our gauntlet. So we're going to take this with some silver metallic paint, kind of scruff it up a little bit, and then go around the edges with some gold. And I think I have a copper, I can't remember, but anyhow.
So that's next. But I didn't show you this, though. Look at her. Look at her. Oh, look at her. Bruh. Bruh. Can you believe that's on the other side? Bruh. Look at her. Hey, boo. How you doing? So, all that's left for this, actually, is because this is such a beautiful, wonderful gold, to go in with a very thin brush and hit these edges for a little bit of shadowing. And I am like low-key really proud of myself. But every now and then it's really meaningful to hear just one person give you them props. And it was my dad. He don't really like fuck with my nerdy side, and he's been like cracking jokes every now and then, but he asked, because it did blow away the other day, he asked if it was damaged, and I was like, actually no, it came out pretty cool. Nash was like, do you want to see? And so he's like, do I want to see what? Just fucking with me. So I go and I show him this breastplate, and he just looks at it and he smiles and he says, you hooked that the fuck up. Bruh. This is cool. This is fucking cool. So, one of these little doohickeys, right? A little bit of water, silver paint, couple coats of this in this broad, matte, sloppy method, and then the detail work, and then sun. Yay! I don't care, I'm not taking it off. She's beautiful. She's ready. At least this part is. I don't know if I want to do a matte top coat or if I want to do a glossy one. Y'all let me know what you would think. And if I need to touch up some of this shadowing a little bit more or not. The other shadowing is absolutely perfect. But it's this part right here that, I don't know. I've been playing with that a little bit. Anyway, so the armband needs one more coat of paint over the shadowing, and that's ready. The leg armor is probably dry by now and ready for that gold paint. The skirt, I actually added some black on top of it, and now it's just right. Like, literally absolutely perfect. There's a couple pieces that curled up that I need to flatten out. But also I've been fighting the weather and trying to keep these paint fumes out of the house because my old man ain't feeling too good, and my pickle crickle, she says not leave my shit outside, but I can't, like, spray paint it and then carry it while it's wet. Anyway, so there's a couple parts of the skirt that need more blue, but just like a splash of it. I figured out a painting technique, if for the skirt part at least, if you are far away and spray in broad movements but slow movements, then that'll go ahead and let the color just sift down, and that's what added that perfect amount of darkness to the bright ass blue that I already had. So I'm really glad for that. And then that can get a top coat. I'm gonna make that top coat matte though, and then I can cut those pieces out and start to assemble that, and then it's just going to be a matter of attaching hardware. And then my next very daunting task, which is sewing a cloak, a whole fucking cloak from scratch. Good morning. It is 8:32 on a Sunday morning, and I am never awake this early, but today we are awake with purpose. We are going to a ranch
we are going to meet a horse. And his name is Charlie. He's so cute. He's adorable. I love him. He's so cute.
He's real cocky too. He thinks he's 20 feet tall.
Look, big things come in small packages, okay? I understand. Hi. How are you? We taking pictures next week. You gonna have to get used to this, buddy. A little bit. A little bit.
He is though, like a little child. Like, he's so wiggle bottom.
That was fun. It is really like empowering to be on the back of a horse, and it is also equally as frightening when your horse is sassy and is like, oh, I've never met this person, we're gonna fuck with him a little bit. Weather permitting, this is going to be an awesome photo shoot. It really is going to be an awesome photo shoot. It really is.
All right, we're going to resume the cosplay work. I've got enough sleep. So this is the original material that I chose for the skirt. It is black. And that is after several coats of paint. You can see there's a little bit of bright blue here, but that's fine because that's on an edge. It doesn't have anything. But after that blue that was too bright, and then another blue that was darker, but still too bright, and then a coat of black. So this is great. This is dry. This has been set with a matte top coat. And it is the perfect degree of dark blue that I want. So yay for that. So putting the two together, that's the color scheme that I want. That is. I'm really glad for that. I really, really am. Other than that, it's just going to be a whole bunch of acrylic painting today. And spraying things with a top coat. The cool thing is the matte top coat that I got, it actually dries in a few minutes, cures in a few hours, and I can actually use it inside, so yay. This is my one cheat. This is my one cheat because I could not make this. Bought this off of Amazon for 12 bucks. But what I am going to be designing is the holster to hold this and a lasso that goes around me. So anyhow, it's just cheapo plastic, you know, because you got to be careful about what props you bring into Planet Comicon as it is anyways. Looking at some of the armor, I thought one coat would do it, but some of it needs a second coat just because of how the paint dried. So I'm going to handle that and then blast the fan on it, so hopefully it'll cure a little bit quicker than I thought. The knee pieces are fine. They came out gorgeous. Absolutely perfect. And then I don't know if I want to paint the back of the earrings or not. I gave them their first coat of gold, but I still want to add something on the back. I just don't know what I want to add on the back just yet. Or if I want to glue the studs on first before I apply the paint. I did ask my friend who makes jewelry what it is that she thought I should do. Was just waiting to hear back from her. But anyhow, here we go. Used every single bit of burgundy that this can has. Oh well. Good. And I went ahead and just added gold to the back anyway, so alright, cool, got that second coat pop locking and dropping. Alright, what's up, paint? How y'all doing? What I'm doing is I am taking a Sharpie pen, that actual paint pen, I'm actually going and adding a little bit of black detail and smudging it with a brush to help create a little bit more shadowing and dimension. Because even though I do like this real nice glossy burgundy look, I want to add a little bit of depth to it too. And so going in for some of this here detail work. Alright, so the armband, I had to work a little bit to get the shadowing that I wanted and the detail, but I really like it. I actually wound up mixing a green and a black, and then going over it again with a different gold. I didn't realize I bought 3 different types of gold paint, but I did. And I really like this and how it is that it turned out. So it's not like, start straight up shiny ass gold, that there's some dimension to it. So I'm glad. Armband is good. I added the shadowing. I really like it. I'm pleased. And then I'm going to go over it with a coat of this other acrylic paint. Added the shadowing on the earrings. I got the elastic on the armband. Tiara is done. And then as we look at my very messy room, the armor has its last coat of gold. So we're going to be adding a top coat to that before I go and be a responsible adult, because apparently that's what you do when you have a job. So yeah, we're grinding.
None to waste with you. I guess you can say I'm Jack, I'm Cameo. These thoughts can't clock me nowadays. You wish I was your pound cake. Boy, you know I look good at four. Wish I was your baby mom. Want me to come around and give you good karma, but was up top 7 winners and 6 summers cuffed. All on that bus, lock me all the way down. Now I'm all the way up.
Got a bop like this, can't wear skinny jeans cause my knots don't fit. No one in the corner got a pocket like this, so I rock jeans cause my knots so big. You can learn how to dress just by checking my fresh, checking my fresh. Follow my steps, it's the road to success, where the niggas know you're better when the girls say yes. Yourself, boy, you're out of your bed. Do you think I'm gonna stand here? Start all around.
got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. 'Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
There are a bunch of puns that we're going to make that include the word snap, such as that's a snap, and this is Snapchat. Oh snap. I put a snap on here. I mean, it's a day and a half until my photo shoot. So like, yeah, let's do shit at the last second. So it took me forever to figure out how to add a snap on, because I have a snap pair of pliers,
but the way that the pliers said to do it was different than what was on the direction for the actual snaps that I bought, which is actually very simple. So what I wound up doing, I figured it out. It was lovely. So you're going to take this pointy jabby one, right? Cool. Take pointy jabby one and you put that underneath. You're going to put that on top and then use the pliers to pinch them both into place. Then you're going to take this pointy jabby one, and then this one on the other side of like what I'm going to be putting the fabric on, and then pinch them together from there. So I've got, I think, maybe 8 that I need to install. I'll probably need to go and get another set of snaps because I forgot I have the holster. I took my measurements last night since I was at karate and had actually someone there to go ahead and help measure with my tape measure and stuff. But this actually will hold the sword and the lasso. So that's why it's just got tape on it right now, so that I have my references on where I need to put everything. So next up for the strap, we're going to modify the plier attachment. Oh wait, I guess I need to modify it, huh? So with the plier attachment modified, we take one of these little rollies with the Dapper wrench, and then we take the other little Pokey one. The Pokey one goes on top, the rolly one goes here in this bottom piece, and then we smash them together. Ta-da! I really don't care about the fact that I dented the snap, because, you know, oh, whatever. And then I will go ahead and, I'm not going to demonstrate, but I will go ahead and put this on my leg and then measure and loop it through whatever hole. I'll have to trim this down. I did excess on the strap first to make sure that I had enough fabric for it. And so whatever it is that I wind up needing to loop through, I'll go ahead and trim that down and then loop it through and tighten it and all that good stuff or whatever. So some of these thin ones I've already measured for, but oh well, you know, we're getting the hardware on there, so yay. Find a little bit of glue as well. So got those together. Wait, is this the left one? I think this is the left one. Yep. I'm sorry. That's right. And that's left. There we go. Aren't those pretty? Yes, they are. I really am displeased with this Snapchat update, like every fucking body else. Once I saw that people were mad, I was like, every time my phone wanted to update, avoid. And the last time my app updated, it was a week ago. And I promise, I just used it to send that snap of these nails. By the way, peep the colors though. You know, we're keeping that color scheme for tomorrow with the photo shoot. By the way, did you know I was having a photo shoot tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Anyways, I went to go send a snap to my best friend who's completely irresponsible. And this shit's motherfucker updated. Like, Android or Snapchat, how the fuck did you do this shit? I'm not happy. Anyways, so I know that a lot of you guys have been watching the progress for this cosplay. We're crunching because the photo shoot's tomorrow. And so what I have left is to finish attaching the hardware to the leg armor, to complete the harness, to attach the zippers to the breastplate and the back piece, to finish sewing, and then to finish the skirt and have it done with enough time to do full makeup and to be ready for this photo shoot.
Photo shoots at 2, so I did, set myself up that way at least and gave myself a little bit of room, but here we go for an all-nighter, fam. The good thing, though, is that... Focus, motherfucker. The good thing is that Comic-Con's next week, so I still have time to work out bugs and kinks and anything that may possibly go awry. I plan to just take a roll of duct tape with me to the photo shoot tomorrow, just in case, just in case. But either way, I'll be good in time for Comic-Con. It's just that this shit stuck up on me, and I tried to work as much as I could outside of work on this. And I'm making progress, but like this is gonna be a hell of an all-nighter we about to pull. So stay tuned, keep your fingers crossed so we can get it all done. Bro, how the fuck am I supposed to be a functional superhero with thighs like this? How, Sway? Like, we did not accommodate for thick ass thighs. That's just, we've got the hardware and shit, shout out to that cellulite, but bro, this is gonna be interesting.
Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out!
7 hours until the photo shoot. 5 hours until I need to start getting ready. And I'm actually gonna make it. The leg armor's done. The foot armor is done. The zippers are installed. All I have to do is finish the skirt, which I'm gonna just cheat on temporarily with some fabric glue and some Velcro, and then finish on the cloak. But we're gonna make it, y'all.
I'm sorry you got coming to you collect your soul, get it right. Woman of fire, outside, baby, yes. Woman of fire, woman of fire.
So everything that has gone wrong, could go wrong, has gone wrong. I'm 30 minutes late for my own photo shoot. I don't even want to show you guys what I look like right now because things have broken, things have come unglued, things have come apart, things that I had bonded I'm really frustrated, and I'm almost mad enough to just pull out of the cosplay contest. But I am a woman of my word, so I'm a push through.
He's like, foam.
No.
Foam.
Silly.
Got Mama D here with the photo shoot. About to get this Wonder Woman cracking.
I know you hungry, fam. I know you is.
She made all this armor from scratch, bro. And it's cold as hell out here.
It is.
Feeling it on my hands. I don't remember where I put my gloves. There they are.
Right there.
What's good?
You're doing good, Charlie. You is.
I owe you so much. He's not gonna come tomorrow. I'm gonna call his name. He's gonna ignore my ass. He's gonna walk away. You made me line up and take pictures. I had to work.
Yep. Yeah, but it's worth it, and I appreciate you. I do, buddy. I do.
Suck it in a little, Charlie. I hear the camera has 15 pounds. You don't need any of that.
not recommend anyone ever do this. But it was my vision, and I'm pleased with it. I am. We got some really great pictures. It's fucking cold. Ridiculously cold. Like, we could have done this on like maybe a 30-degree day and been fine, maybe a 40-degree day or something like that, because we've done a photo shoot in the cold before, so I didn't mind. But that wind chill was a bitch, and you know, we did it in phases so that I wouldn't have to you know, obviously to avoid frostbite and health and shit like that. And I've been doping up on cold medicine and some airborne anyways, just to make sure that if I do get sick that it'll be minimal. But yeah. Now, the horse stepped on my feet twice. Actually, no, 3 times he stepped on my feet. But also he was, horses graze like 16 hours a day, so he was hungry, and so he was just a little restless. But we got some really good pictures, and Keith showed you guys some of the video and everything too. Other than that, it was wonderful. Thank you so much to Nicole and Keith for being there, my photographers who are motherfucking awesome. They're like, if you want to cancel, because I was mad at how shit fell apart. You don't understand how much duct tape and binder clips. Yes, motherfucking binder clips. You don't understand how much shit is underneath this holding it in place, but that's okay. That's alright. It's all good. This warble looks pretty, but it hurts. It fucking hurts because it's solid. So like my arm is ashy wherever it is that it rubbed up against me. Not to mention titties just fucking everywhere. Just Jesus. That. I don't know how many of these pictures my bra is exposed or not. They do have access to Photoshop, so they can touch them up. I don't know. But I'm about to go get me some chicken filet. I'm gonna go the fuck home and warm the fuck up. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna take some selfies for y'all too, so that you can see all this in its glory. So okay. I might have put these lashes on backwards. I don't care anyway. So I just completed this look live on my Facebook page. Anyhow, this is also a test run as well, to see what kind of makeup I want to do for Saturday, and I'm so pleased. So this is a combination of odd lashes and the Urban Decay Naked Heat with a little bit of the Tartist palette, and then a shade out of my Sailor Moon eyeshadow palette. So yeah, this eye look is good. It's similar to one I've done before, but I like that kind of a metallic look that it has. These lashes only cost $1. The real good lashes, actually, I bought from Walgreens. They're some wispies. I love wispies, and I like a nice good thick band that can go ahead and I can slather it with glue and just adhere it to my lid, and it'll stay all damn day. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm really pleased with this look. I didn't do any kind of highlighting or contouring, just, you know, foundation, powder, smack it, flip it, rub it down. The cosplay contest is Saturday the 17th. Today is Wednesday the 14th. What I have left is to take a heat gun to the bodice and the corset and try to reshape the boobies downward so that they're not outward. I need to finish machine or sewing, using the sewing machine on my cloak, and then hand stitching the embellishment and the closure. I need to add Warbler to reinforce where the leg armor broke, and then re-stitch that together. And then I need to make a new set of flaps for the skirt, a bigger, longer set, and then the flaps that are in the back, I'm going to use those for the front, and then I'm going to make an even bigger set for the back, because my thighs is like all the way out, and that's fine in a sense because I will be indoors. I'm not going to get into the costume until I actually get down there to the event, but I'm
I'm gonna try to modify and strengthen the skirt so that it's not falling apart and it doesn't have to be secured with binder clips. So I'm not gonna capture this on Snapchat just for the sake of time. You know, if I just put my nose to the grind, got some music going, I'll get a lot done a lot quicker and a lot faster. Even though I know that you guys have seen all of it being created as it is anyways. So I will, once I'm done with everything, I will go ahead and show you guys that. But as for the process, bye. Am I lined up? There's how many of us are there in the novice category? 19? Because I'm 18, right? So there's 19 of us. Why I do this, y'all? It's been a very long 12 hours, but that was exceedingly rewarding. The fact that, one, the Judge's Choice category is new. Two, the fact that I took one of the Judge's Choice. Like, apparently I had good stage presence.
Not apparently.
Okay, all right, I
actually did.
Okay, I had good stage presence.
Like, the best stage presence of anybody there.
You're biased.
You're biased. Did you hear the crowd?
Yeah.
It was not just me, Daniel.
Okay, all right. There's that.
It was mostly me. We were a lot of it.
I know y'all were a lot of it, but well, there's that. And yeah, it was pretty interesting because what had happened was I literally almost had a meltdown. And I was like, why the fuck am I doing this? Why did I want to do this? The competition is ridiculous. I'm not going to win shit. I'm not going to place for nothing. And we were all lined up. There were 19 of us in the novice category. Technically 20 because they fucked up somebody's number. And I'm like freaking the fuck out. Well, in line, I'm number 18. I got called as number 17, but I'm number 18. And literally the person in front of me, he's like, and I'm mad that it took him to remind me. He's like, you're Diana of the mascara. You are daughter of the Amazons. And I was like, you show the fuck right. Yeah, Diana! Diana Alexander!
So, for my Judge's Choice Award, I chose her because her stage presence was absolutely phenomenal. Her foam work is amazing. And just because of the representation she brings to the stage. So,
Film it.
will Diana the Great